We cut through the noise to give you the insights you need, maybe with a few surprises along the way. Today, we're looking at a real phenomenon, Labubu. You've probably seen it.
Oh, yeah. It's that art toy figure from Pop Mart. And
hmm
it's just, well, it's blown up everywhere. And what's really interesting, I think, is how it got famous. It's a Chinese design, right? But it got huge overseas first, especially Southeast Asia. And then that wave of popularity sort of crashed back into China itself.
Yeah, it seems so random at first glance. Like you hear about these blind box toys selling for, what, hundreds of thousands at auction? Sounds like a one-off viral hit. But when you dig into it, like we did, you start to see, well, it wasn't really an accident at all, was it?
Not at all. It looks like it was driven by a very deliberate, actually quite audacious global strategy from Pop Mart.
Right. So the mission today is to connect those dots, trace that seemingly random explosion back to the plan.
Exactly. The overseas boom wasn't just luck. It was designed, starting with a really clever way they positioned the brand.
Okay, let's dive into that strategy then. It kicked off with a big push into Thailand, right? And the goal wasn't just, let's sell some tools.
No, definitely not. It was about changing the perception entirely. The founder, Wang Ning, apparently had this rule, like a non-negotiable. If Pop Mart opened a store overseas, it had to be in the absolute top-tier, most luxurious malls.
Okay.
And not just in the mall, but like right next door to the big global luxury names. Think Louis Vuitton.
Wow. Placing a toy, even a fancy art toy, next to LV. That's bold. That must have cost a fortune, not just in rent, but getting that prime spot. Malls are picky about that stuff.
Oh, I'm sure the cost was significant. But think about the immediate signal it sends. Instant luxury association. And to make it happen in Thailand, they did something smart, a joint venture with Minor International.
Minor, they're huge in Thailand, aren't they? Hotels, restaurants?
Massive. Over 500 hotels, one of the biggest restaurant groups in Asia, and crucially, Thailand's #1 distributor for fashion products.
Ah, okay. So that partnership wasn't just about logistics. It was about borrowing that high fashion credibility.
Precisely. So when their first flagship opened, this was September 2023, in Bangkok's biggest mall, the opening day sales reportedly hit over 2 million RMB.
2 million on day one.
Yeah, phenomenal start. But the really critical thing about this whole Thailand strategy was that the first impression Thai consumers got wasn't, here's a new toy, because it was next to LV, because the Minor connection. The immediate vibe was, this is a high-end Chinese art brand. The fashion aspect completely overshadowed the toy aspect.
Okay, that makes sense. Setting the stage, making it aspirational from the very beginning.
Exactly. And that groundwork, that psychological positioning was absolutely vital for what came next.
Which brings us to the celebrity angle.
Yeah.
The stage is set. Now you need something to ignite it. And you really can't talk about Labubu's global journey without mentioning Lisa from BLACKPINK.
Right, the Lisa effect in 2024 was just huge. Seismic is a good word for it. And what made it work so well, I think, was how authentic it seemed. She wasn't just holding it up in an ad. She was showing off her own figures at events, talking in interviews about how she genuinely collected the blind boxes, like as a personal hobby, wanted the whole set.
So she's a real fan. And being Thai herself, that connects perfectly back to that initial strategy in Thailand, making it feel even more organic there. But then you look at her reach. I mean, most searched K-pop idol globally for, what, 7 years straight?
Yeah. And the numbers are staggering. Over 100 million Instagram followers, tens of millions on TikTok, millions in her official fan club worldwide.
So when someone with that kind of influence says, I love this thing.
The ripple effect is enormous. It's that classic love the idol, love what they love phenomenon. Suddenly, millions of her fans worldwide needed to know about Labubu. Demand just exploded.
Okay, so celebrity power fuels the fire. But then it gets even stranger, right? It moves beyond pop culture into international relations.
It really did. There was this incredibly unusual government endorsement from Thailand. And the timing was interesting, too, right alongside the new visa-free travel agreement between China and Thailand.
Yeah, tell me about that. I heard Labubu made an appearance.
An official appearance. July 2024 at Bangkok's main airport, Suvarnabhumi. And it wasn't just like a poster. The actual Thai Minister of Tourism went to the airport to personally greet the Labubu figure, like it was a visiting celebrity or diplomat.
Wait, hold on. The Minister of Tourism greeting a fictional toy character at an international airport.
Yep, all part of a big push to promote tourism to Chinese visitors.
That's blurring lines in a big way. It's performance art meets marketing meets diplomacy.
It was definitely a statement. It basically gave Labubu this official A-list seal of approval, And then they formally appointed it the Magical Thailand Experience Officer, essentially Thailand's tourism ambassador targeting China.
Incredible. And that official recognition combined with Lisa must have just turbocharged the whole thing.
Absolutely. It created this snowball effect. Suddenly you saw other huge global names with it. Rihanna, Kate Blanchett.
Even Thai royalty. Princess Sirivanavari.
And David Beckham bought one for his daughter. It became this "it's" item among the global elite.
So that whole halo effect from foreign celebrities and even governments, it shifted how people saw it back home, too.
Completely. Owning a Labubu, especially one seen overseas, became a point of pride, a status thing. People started showing off their collections online, talking about it. That created this self-sustaining buzz, this self-propagation, which eventually drove that massive wave of popularity right back into China.
Okay, so the strategy built the stage, the celebrities lit the fuse. But what about the actual IP? What's the core appeal of Labubu itself that makes people connect so strongly? Let's get into the character's psychology.
Yeah, good question. And you kind of have to start with the creator, Casing Lung. His backstory is pretty relevant. He moved to the Netherlands from Hong Kong when he was 6, didn't speak the language, felt really isolated.
Ah, okay. Tough situation for a kid.
Right. And he apparently found refuge in these old Norse mythology picture books. Lots of monsters and fantastical creatures. That became his inspiration for creating this whole family of characters called the Monsters, which includes Labubu.
Interesting. But it wasn't an overnight success for the character itself, right?
Not at all. He'd been working on the concept since around 2015, took it to expos, apparently got zero interest.
Really?
Yeah. Even after Pop Mart signed him in 2019, Labubu was just, okay, kind of lukewarm for a few years.
So it needed that big strategic push, that high-end positioning overseas to really unlock its potential.
Seems like it. And once unlocked, you see how it taps into some key consumer needs. On a basic level, there's what you might call the psychological account people have for, treating themselves. Money set aside for fun, stress relief.
Right, that little budget for self-care, whether it's a coffee or, in this case, maybe an art toy blind box. Periodic rewards.
Exactly. But Pop Mart managed to hit like a triple whammy with Labubu. People buy things because they're popular, right? Fear of missing out.
Yeah.
They also buy things they think might go up in value. The investment angle, which we'll get to.
Okay.
And crucially, they buy things that offer some kind of deep emotional resonance. Labubu nailed all three.
Let's focus on that emotional resonance. What's the specific vibe? It's not typically cute, is it?
No, not in a conventional way. It taps into this sort of demon child archetype, a bit like the Chinese figure Naza, maybe. It looks mischievous, defiant, maybe a little bit bad, but you feel like it's got a good heart underneath. It's fearless, slightly rebellious.
And the design reflects that.
Perfectly. It's so distinctive. Those 9 sharp teeth, the mismatched eyes and ears, that expression that's half smile, half smirk, and then the body is all furry and tactile.
It's definitely not your standard sweet-faced doll.
Exactly. It's a deliberate rejection of that kind of cookie-cutter cuteness, which really speaks to a younger generation, maybe feeling a bit rebellious or nonconformist themselves.
Yeah, I can see that. And they even gave it this funny fictional backstory.
Oh, yeah. The bio's great. It lists the gender as female. Her degree is a master's in slacking off.
Doubles.
And her job titles include Universe's Undisputed Global Sold-Out King.
Nice.
And my favorite part is in the work history, it claims Labubu caused the side effect of it's painful not to buy in humans because it's so good at healing stress.
That's brilliant. It builds this whole persona, cheeky, confident, relatable, even in its flaws.
Exactly. And that relatability, combined with the smart strategy, has led to some absolutely mind-blowing financial results. Let's talk numbers.
Okay, yeah, the scale here is pretty wild. The Monster series, just that one line brought in 3.04 billion RMB in revenue in 2024.
Let's pause on that. 3 billion RMB. That's what, around 420 million US dollars in 1 year.
Yeah, and get this, that was a 726.6% increase compared to the year before.
Whoa, 700% growth.
Yep. It's now Pop Mart's single biggest IP by far.
And that success had a huge knock-on effect for the company overall, pushed their market cap over 300 billion Hong Kong dollars.
Which is over 38 billion US dollars. That's a serious valuation for a company primarily known for toys, made the founder one of the richest people in China.
Right. And a big driver of that value is the collectible, almost investment side of things we touch on. These aren't just playthings.
No kidding. We saw examples like a first-gen mint-colored Labubu selling at auction for 1.08 million RMB.
Okay, stop. A million RMB.
Mm.
For one figure, that's like $150,000 US.
Pretty much. And a brown limited edition went for 820,000 RMB. This is serious collector territory, bordering on speculative art market stuff.
It definitely feels like it.
Right.
And the demand is global. We heard about these crazy long lines outside stores in LA, New York, Milan, people waiting for hours.
Yeah, and it even got out of hand sometimes. There were reports from the London store of actual fights breaking out, people literally scrambling and pushing to get the latest drops.
Wow. When people are physically fighting over a toy, it really makes you rethink what Pop Mart is actually selling.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe they're not really just an art toy company anymore. Maybe a better description is an operator of spiritual avatars.
Spiritual avatars, that's an interesting phrase. Unpack that.
It means the core business isn't the plastic figure itself. It's providing a kind of external vessel for people's feelings or aspects of their personality. Like maybe you feel rebellious sometimes, or lazy, or mischievous. But you can't always express that in daily life. Labubu becomes a safe outlet for it, a stand-in.
Ah, I see. So owning it, displaying it, even dressing it up, it's about connecting with that part of yourself.
Exactly. That's why people spend money on tiny clothes and accessories for the figures. They're not just dressing a doll, they're tending to an externalized piece of their own psyche. It's quite clever, psychologically.
And this model seems to tap into a broader trend in successful character design, right? Something about contradiction.
Yes, absolutely. This is a really key insight, I think. If you look at a lot of the most popular IPs today, characters that really explode culturally, they often embody some kind of core contradiction.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Well, think about concepts like ugly cute, or maybe Milky Fierce looks sweet, but it's tough, or sweet somber.
Okay, yeah. Like Kuromi, maybe. Sweet design, but kind of punk.
Exactly. Or characters that are both obedient and wild, or manage to be tacky and cool at the same time. Lazy, but also incredibly effective, the lazy slave vibe.
Right. So Labubu fits this pattern. Mischievous but good-hearted, high-end luxury, but also playful and about slacking off.
Precisely. It merges these opposing traits. And that resonates because, let's face it, real people are complex. We're all bundles of contradictions.
We contain multitudes, as they say.
We do. And IPs that capture that complexity, that allow us to see those contradictions reflected without judgment, they tend to form much deeper emotional connections.
That makes a lot of sense. So looking forward, what's the outlook? Is this sustainable?
Well, financially, things look strong. Pop Mart's stock journey was rocky. They had an IPO with no big cornerstone investors and got hit by a bear market.
Right.
But these massive IP sales, especially from the Monsters line, really turned things around in 2025, made them a new star stock.
And the forecasts are bullish.
Very. JP Morgan put out a report suggesting the Monster series alone could hit $14 billion in sales by 2027. And that's not even counting the potential of the other characters in that family, like Zemo, Makoko, YYA.
Wow, 14 billion. The potential is clearly enormous, all stemming from that initial strategic positioning and the character's psychological pull.
Seems that way. It's a fascinating case study.
So for everyone listening, what's the big takeaway here? What should you look out for when the next big cultural trend hits?
Well, maybe the next time you see a character or a figure just explode out of nowhere. Could be a toy, could be in a game, animation, whatever. Try looking a bit deeper. Ask yourself, does it embody some kind of contradiction? Is it mixing traits you wouldn't normally expect together? Is it ugly cute, tacky cool?
Lazy slay.
Check for that internal complexity. Exactly. Because if an IP manages to capture that sweet spot, that blend of opposing traits that mirrors how messy and complicated real human feelings are, chances are it's tapping into something deep. It's giving people a way to connect with their own contradictions, and that's often the secret sauce for long-term resonance and, yeah, billion-dollar success.